We all love the smell of fresh bread and the comfort of a sweet pastry. But not every bakery chain deserves our loyalty. Behind the warm ovens and tempting displays, some spots have quietly changed in ways most customers don't notice. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the bakery chains you should probably avoid, and two that still live up to the hype. Number 1. Cinnabon. Avoid. That first whiff of a Cinnabon stand can stop you dead in your tracks. It's a smell that takes people right back to mall trips in the 90s or airport layovers where a warm cinnamon roll made the wait a little easier. But regulars have been saying for years now that something feels different. Reviews point out that the giant rolls we once struggled to finish now fit neatly in one hand. Former staff members even revealed that the dough isn't always made fresh anymore. It's often shipped in frozen. The glaze recipe has been altered too, with cost-cutting tweaks that leave some customers saying the rolls taste drier and less gooey in the center. And yet, the price? It's gone up. Even at airports, where everything is overpriced, some travelers have noticed their special treat doesn't taste the way it used to. One person said their cinnamon roll reminded them more of sweet bread than the decadent, sticky pastry they remembered. That irresistible smell in the air? Insiders say a lot of it comes from timed heating and rotation schedules, not from trays constantly coming out of the oven. Nostalgia still keeps people lining up, but anyone who remembers the original indulgence might walk away wondering if it's really the roll that changed, or just their memory. Number 2. Magnolia Bakery. Avoid. Magnolia Bakery once felt like the heartbeat of New York's dessert scene. Pastel counters, thick swirls of frosting, and, of course, that legendary banana pudding. Instagram loved it. Tourists still do. Lines form outside every single day. But locals, they've noticed the difference. As the brand spread across the city and even overseas, the quality didn't always follow. According to former staff, many items are now made in centralized kitchens, shipped out, and finished in-store. The frosting recipes were changed to make storage easier, and certain seasonal cupcakes show up pre-decorated. The charm of walking in and seeing a baker carefully frosting cupcakes right in front of you has faded. Prices were always steep, but now it feels harder to justify when that chocolate cupcake turns out dense and dry. Sure, the banana pudding still slaps, but when the vibe shifts from cozy neighborhood bakery to brand experience, the magic isn't the same. Number 3. Au Bon Pain. Avoid. There was a time when Au Bon Pain seemed to be everywhere. Bright cafes spilling onto sidewalks, fresh baguettes, sandwiches that felt like a European lunch break squeezed into your workday. For students and office workers, it was the go-to. But these days, the shine is wearing off. Former employees revealed a steady stream of substitutions. Frozen pastries instead of fresh, prepackaged soups instead of simmering in-store. Many locations bake only once or twice a day now, meaning that by mid-afternoon, the displays look sad and stale. Sandwiches have shrunk, portions are lighter, but prices continue to rise. And let's not forget the bread baskets by the register. Gone. Even the inviting cafe seating has thinned out in some spots, giving the place a stripped-down utilitarian feel. You can still get a decent meal here, sure, but those little touches that made Au Bon Pain feel special, they're fading, and with them goes the cozy ritual people once loved. Number 4. Panera Bread. Avoid. Panera built its name on comfort. Fresh baked bread, soups in bread bowls, and cozy cafes where you could linger with Wi-Fi before it was everywhere. It was the perfect middle ground between fast food and something more wholesome. But slowly, things started to change. Many baked goods now come par-baked from outside facilities. Staff simply finish them off in-store, giving the illusion of fresh. Overnight baking, once a Panera signature, has been scaled back or cut entirely. Seasonal favorites often return tweaked with cheaper ingredients or smaller portions. One loyal customer who swore by the broccoli cheddar soup noticed it had thinned out, with fewer broccoli chunks. The famous "you pick two" deal? The servings are smaller than ever. The cafe vibe is still there, but the heart, the homemade, freshly baked promise Panera was built on, feels more like marketing than reality. Number 5. Einstein Bagels. Avoid. For years, Einstein was the go-to morning ritual. Warm air filled with the smell of bagels, trays pulled steaming from the oven, thick spreads piled high. But today, longtime fans say the bagels just aren't the same. The dough usually arrives frozen, pre-shaped, and gets baked in batches that can sit for hours. That signature chewy texture? Too often, it's soft and bread-like instead of crisp on the outside and dense inside. Cream cheese flavors that once felt endless and freshly whipped are now served in prepackaged little tubs. Sandwiches look smaller, lighter on fillings, and assembled with less care. Even the coffee has shifted toward centralized brewing methods focused on speed, not flavor. The branding and friendly staff still deliver a warm experience, but the food itself, for many, it's not the Einstein they remember. Number 6. Auntie Anne's. Avoid. Few mall foods are as iconic as an Auntie Anne's pretzel. A warm paper bag, buttery soft dough, crystals of salt. It was the ultimate shopping break snack. But fans say the pretzels don't hit the same anymore. The dough, once mixed fresh in store, often arrives pre-mixed now. That shortcut may save time, but it changes the texture and flavor. The butter brushing is lighter, the cinnamon sugar less generous, and in busy locations, pretzels sometimes sit under heat lamps too long. Even sauces, once ladled into generous cups, are now pre-measured into smaller ones. Prices creep up, while portion sizes shrink. The smell is still irresistible, but what was once a special treat now feels mass-produced, standardized instead of special. Number 7. Crumbl cookies. Avoid. When Crumbl first popped up, it felt like a revolution. Giant cookies, weekly rotating flavors, pink boxes too small to hold the oversized sweets. It was fun. It was new. And social media loved it. But as the chain grew, cracks appeared. Quality varies wildly by location. Some cookies come underbaked and doughy, others too dry. Former employees say many recipes are optimized for mass production rather than scratch baking. And while the boxes still look Instagram-ready, more than a few customers say the cookies taste overwhelmingly sweet, without much depth. Prices have gone up, and flavors repeat more often than they used to. That thrill of what's new this week has dulled. Opening a pink box is still exciting, but it doesn't always deliver on the promise anymore. Number 8. Levain Coton. Avoid. Levain Coton used to feel like a little European escape without leaving your city. Sunlight spilling over tartinas, rustic breadboards, communal tables, coffee in wide, handleless bowls. It was the kind of place where you could linger and feel time slow down. But as the chain expanded, the magic quietly slipped away. Many breads are now par-baked off-site, losing that crisp crust and warm aroma. Menu items have been simplified. Seasonal or regional dishes vanish without notice. Portions on salads and tartines have shrunk, while prices continue to climb. Even service can feel rushed. One customer remembered ordering avocado toast that once came piled high on thick, fresh bread. It now arrives with thinner slices, less topping, and a drizzle of oil instead of the generous spread they loved. The cozy wooden tables and warm lighting are still there, but the overall pace and feeling of a leisurely, handcrafted experience? It's fading. The food can still be tasty, but the small details that made Le Pain Coton feel special are slipping through the cracks. Number 9. Great American Cookies. Avoid. If you grew up near a mall, the Great American Cookies counter was impossible to miss. Brightly frosted cookie slices, trays of chewy chocolate chip rounds, giant decorated cookie cakes. Walking by was like stepping into a sugar-filled wonderland. Longtime customers, however, have noticed subtle but significant changes. Dough is often made at central facilities and shipped frozen, flattening flavor and texture compared to in-store baking. Frosting, once thick and buttery, now leans sweeter and more artificial for shelf life. Portions feel smaller. Cookie cake wedges that needed 2 hands now fit on a single napkin. Flavors focus on the best sellers, leaving quirky seasonal choices behind. Display cases might keep cookies for hours under glass, and while the staff is friendly and the nostalgia still works, those expecting the fresh, soft cookie experience of the past may leave disappointed. Number 10. Paris Baguette. Avoid. Paris Baguette brought a French-Asian bakery twist to the U.S. Flaky croissants, delicate tarts, ornate cakes. It felt like a slice of Paris right in your neighborhood. But as it grew, charm gave way to efficiency. Many pastries now arrive frozen from central facilities, baked or finished in-store. The croissants don't shatter as they once did. Cream fillings are more uniform, less fresh. Fruit toppings are sparser. Delicate garnishes cut back, and display cases can let pastries sit too long before being chosen. The stores are clean, bright, and inviting, but some feel more like showrooms than bakeries. For those who remember the early days, the shift is subtle but noticeable. What was once a rare indulgence now blends into the chain's polished ubiquity. Number 11. Porto's Bakery. Worth it. Porto's Bakery is a rare chain that manages to grow while keeping its heart. Known for Cuban pastries, potato balls, and generously sized cakes, it's a place locals rave about and visitors cherish as a secret tip. Despite long lines, quality remains remarkably consistent. Bakers start before dawn, crafting pastries and breads in-house rather than relying solely on pre-made items. Prices are reasonable, letting families leave with boxes of treats without overspending. Signature items like guava and cheese pastries remain rich and balanced. Sandwiches are piled high, cafe spaces invite lingering, and seasonal offerings rotate while core favorites stay reliable. Sure, popular items sell out, and busy days mean waits. But Porto still focuses on creating what people want, not what's cheapest or easiest to make. Number 12. Levain Bakery. Worth it. Levain started as a small New York shop with enormous, gooey cookies that felt indulgent to the point of excess. Lines quickly formed around the block, and the bakery earned a reputation for delivering the gold standard of cookies. Fans feared expansion might ruin the magic, but reviews suggest Levain has held on to what matters. Cookies are baked in small batches throughout the day, keeping them fresh and warm. Crispy edges give way to soft, gooey centers, and flavors stick close to the originals, with only a few seasonal additions. The price is high, but most customers agree the size and quality make it worth it. New locations maintain a cozy, approachable feel rather than a corporate vibe. Unwrapping that wax paper and breaking into a cookie still feels like an event. Steam curling in the air. A small ritual that has survived expansion. Levain proves it's possible for a growing bakery to maintain its care, quality, and personality. For anyone chasing a treat that lives up to its reputation, it delivers every time. Now it's your turn. What bakery do you still tell stories about? Have you noticed a treat that changed over the years? Tap like if you've ever tasted a subtle shift you couldn't quite explain. And subscribe to The Frugal Elder to catch the real stories behind the counters. Remember, the sweetest secrets aren't always on the menu.